Hello and welcome to Let's Play Destroy All Humans, with me, Mr. Muckluck. In the last episode, well, we finished the game. We fought Silhouette, we fought Robo-Preds, we fought everything. We took over the world, if you didn't realise. We became the president, and everything was good. So that's the story mode done. But it's not over yet. This LP is still going because we have quite a bit of the extras. That's not extras, that's options. Don't want to see that stuff. Of the extras to look at. We did all the upgrades. Now it's just going back to the areas and terrorising the locals, the humans. So that's that. But the top one, archives. Right at the beginning of the Let's Play, I said we'd come back here at the end, and so we shall. Archives are basically all the extras. So let's have a look. Let's go through some of them. Let's get the boring ones out of the way first. The invasion report. This is just all kind of DNA and crypto clones. So we died 6 times in that whole Let's Play, which isn't too bad, I guess. I can't remember how many times I died in Destroy All Humans 2, though. May have been more or less. Civilians killed 1,308. Town crazies killed 6. Scientists killed 36. But politicians assassinated 68. Cops capped 69. Soldiers killed 125. G-men erased. I like that. 153. Total humans destroyed 1,765. We didn't actually have to kill that many people to take over the world. Vehicles 56. Cars, police cars 20. Army vehicles 58. Majestic vehicles 14. Total vehicles 148. Robots, oh there's pesky robots that kept killing themselves, 33. Buildings 128. Enemies electrocuted, that would be a lot, 1131. Disintegrated, 332. Ionized, 80. Incinerated. Oh, what's the difference between disintegrated and incinerated? Oh, maybe that's a death ray. That's probably the death ray. Liquefied, deconstructed, yeah, extracted. Distance travelled on foot. We travelled 84.14 kilometres on jetpack, 18. Let's see, there's a really weird stats, but I don't know, they're there. Max height in jetpack, 29 metres. Max time in holobob, 5 minutes. Really? Maybe that means 5 hours. Oh no, max time in one go of being in a holobob. I get it, because total time 61 minutes. That makes more sense. Yeah. Identities, thoughts, implanted, cows tipped. Upgrades 18 out of 18. Woo! Something complete. Missions 30. Missions complete 21. Side mission attempts 75. Okay, there's a lot of stuff here. All the probes. You see, look, we got all for turnip seed, but not many for the rest. So we actually did turnip seed farm 100%, 17% for Rockwell, 46% for Santa Modesta, 10% for Area 42, 17% for Uniontown, and 20% for Capital City. Just lots of stats, there you go. And World Overlord complete. We've only completed technically half of the game. 50%. There you go. Oh, right, we can get on with it now. A lot of information there. Oh, quickly, this is the other one, which we're not going to look at. This is the Furon Handbook. This just tells you how to use all of the weapons, which obviously we already know about and have used, so we're good. We're good for that, thanks. Now, the good stuff. Let's go back the other way. B-movie theatre. Actually, this is quite boring as well, because all this is the cutscenes from the game, except for 2. Now, there may be more you can unlock. I think there may be, if you get all the probes. You get more of these movies. But, so we have THQ logo. These are just the things that you see at the beginning of the game there, like that, and the pandemic one, like that. Credits, intro, Furon down, outro. All pretty standard. These two, however, Teenagers from Outer Space and Plan 9 from Outer Space. These are whole films. No, I could start playing it. You want to watch that film? Go ahead. Here it is. Admittedly, it's awful quality because it had to be compressed onto a PS2 disc. But it's there. They fit whole films onto this. Look at that guy there. Or if you don't want to watch that one, why not Plan 9 from Outer Space? There you go. There's the awful spaceships that everyone mocks. So I thought that was pretty cool. I'm pretty sure it's the whole film. I could be wrong, but I think it is. I haven't actually bothered to watch. I might do though. Isn't that crazy? I mean, they're in public domain now, which is why Pandemic can do that, because they're that old. so anyone can do anything with them. But yeah, there you go. I wouldn't suggest you watch on here. If you want to watch them, go watch a higher quality version. But the option is available. I'm not going to show those in this video because it'll take, I don't know, an hour and a half to do that one and then another hour and a half for that one. So just thought I'd show you those. Let's go back. Furigami. I was like, Furigami? What does that mean? Furigami. Some assembly required. This is the stuff that I find the most interesting. This is the really cool stuff. This is basically... or is it this one or is it the other one? No, this is just concept art, isn't it? Oh, I'm thinking the other one. Don't mind me. So yeah, Furigami is just animatics and stuff. And I think we will go through these. This may have to be a two-parter because there are lots of movies here as well in the propaganda tab. So this is the one I really like actually. Developer Darwinism, evolution of the game. This is good, but we won't go into that just yet. So yeah, Furigami. Let's have a look at some of the concept art. I will shut up and let the game do its thing.
Hello, friends. Have you ever gazed up into the night sky and wondered at the possibility of life on other planets? What marvelous beings might exist out there, hands extended in friendship, awaiting the moment when we humans take our first tentative steps into space? What tales will be told of that glorious day when we are first contacted by our brothers from beyond the stars?
Five. All systems go, General. 4.
Come on, baby, show us what you got.
3.
What the hell?
2.
What in the blue blazes is that?
1.
No, wait! Stop the countdown!
Incompetent fool. I should never have sent you.
What's shaking, Pox? You look a little, what's the word, constipated.
Let's just say I hope you turn out to be less of an evolutionary dead end than your predecessor.
You lost me.
Shall I tell you a secret? Few of our people know this, but the DNA patterns in our cloning banks are becoming more and more degraded with each new clone.
That's bad, right?
Only if we want to retain our immortality through cloning. Of course it's bad! I sent Crypto-136 in search of a planet we visited many eons ago. A planet seeded with pure Furon DNA. But I lost contact.
Let me get this straight. You sent me, him, Crypto-136, to a hostile planet, and he's disappeared. Maybe captured, maybe even being tortured as we speak.
Well, I wouldn't jump to any conclusion.
I bet you wouldn't. Let me tell you something, Pox. You're a smart cookie. But there's a time for thought, and there's a time for action. And this is one of those times.
Which?
The second one.
Perhaps you're right, 137.
Course I'm right. You kidding me? A cryptosporidium captured by a bunch of monkeys? We gotta go in. We gotta crack some craniums. We gotta rescue me. Him. He's gotta rescue me. I gotta... Brains, man. When do I get to blow things up?
Patience, Crypto, patience. I take your point. Prepare the mothership.
That's what I'm talking about. So, what's the name of this crummy planet?
Our destination? The planet Earth.
Well, there we go. Just another viewpoint of the opening movie. Just seeing some of the rough drawings. Evolution of an Alien. I believe this is now the concept art for the different designs of Crypto and Pox. Let's have a look. Well, that was interesting for a few different reasons. I liked one of them. I think it must have been Pox, I guess, as a kind of octopus thing. That's weird. And also some of the weapons there. The brain bug. I don't think. Well, that obviously wasn't in the game. There'll be a lot of stuff like that, especially in one of the developer video that I just mentioned about. They'll say about all the stuff that there was in the game, but they had to get out because of space or whatever. They had to kick it out. So it's just very interesting seeing what was in the game and had to be removed, and what things look like. So I think Crypto looks a lot nicer. It looked like a lot friendlier alien, I'd say, in a lot of those concept arts. I think it's something to do with the mouth. Anyway, saucer blueprints. This is for his saucer. Well, there you go. Some cool designs there for the scout ship, Furon saucer stuff. Art of the Furon, I'm assuming, is the locations, although I'm not sure. Face of the enemy, quite obvious, pathetic humans. What's it, barnyard? Yeah, I think this is going to be like landscapes and stuff. Let's see. Okay, I was wrong. It's like the opening menus of the game. I see. Don't you think that they made Pox look a lot like Patrick Moore? With that weird kind of eyeglass thing. I mean, that must have been intentional. He looks like Patrick Moore, who was a... If you don't know who Patrick Moore is, he was a famous kind of stargazer who used to present a show on the BBC for a long time about looking at the stars. It was also quite interesting seeing some of the other menu options there, like engineering. I can't tell if that was what Pox's lab was in the final version, or if it was going to be something completely different. Who knows? But that was quite interesting nonetheless. Face of the enemy. Let's have a look at this. Ooh, okay then. That was quite cool. Some of the robots and silhouette at the end there. Very nice. Very nice. Pathetic humans. This is just going to be, well, all the innocent people that we killed. Let's have a look. Now that was interesting. A lot of things there that you just were not in the game at all. I don't think I remember seeing any. Oh, actually, there were some fruit stands in Turnip Seed Farm. All right, I take that back. But still, what was quite interesting was that there was Bay City in there. So obviously, one of the places was going to be called Bay City, and then they decided against it, and they put Bay City in the sequel instead. So there you go. Yeah, see, I love little kind of things like that about how Bay City was actually going to be in the first one, but still. Let's move on to the last one, the concept barnyard. So it's just going to be cows. Let's have a look. Okay, now that one was probably the best. That one was, wow, that one was great. I love it when they show these things that just hint at what could have been in the game. Like, that must have been Furon animals, like Furon monsters that we could control, because you saw them shooting cars and stuff and eating school buses. So that must have been an option at some point, probably very early on in the game, that we could control Furon creatures. Or maybe even have them as boss fights or something, I don't know. Then you had what must have been like a Furon king, because he had a crown and stuff and he was watching over everyone, and there were multiple Furons. That was really cool. I wonder if they ever used that. I don't know, but yeah, like a Furon king the leader who you finally get to see, that would have been cool to see as well. It's very interesting. It's also kind of sad as well, because you realise what could have been in the game that wasn't, but that doesn't matter. So yeah, there's that. Just some of the Furigami, the concept art for Destroy All Humans 1. I think we're going to end off this first part of the extras here. Obviously we're not done. We still have the Furon propaganda, which is all of the kind of E3, the making of, behind the scenes stuff. Goofy screenshots. Oh, see, that sounds good. I hope you haven't found this too boring. I know it's not like a usual episode, it's just I want to try and show you all that the game has to offer, minus getting the probes, because I've moaned about that before. So that will probably do it. Next episode we'll look at Furo Propaganda and see what cool stuff is in there. So until then, thank you for watching and goodbye.